and welcome back inside the Collins Arena here in Lincroft, New Jersey. Tim Catalfamo alongside Rich Van Tassel for the second game of our doubleheader tonight as the Brookdale Jersey Blues men's basketball team comes in here to take on the Passaic Panthers. Rich, we talked about the Brookdale team last time we were here. They won 94-83 in their last matchup against Garrett College, if I remember correctly. And they had a really, really good game. We saw a lot of play down low from Jordan Little, a lot of the big guys hitting the boards down low. So what does Brookdale have to do tonight to make sure they have a similar effort and a similar win?
Well, I look for another steady diet at Jordan Little again tonight. Looking at Passaic's roster, they only have their tallest player is 6'5", Jordan Little at 6'9", so they have the advantage there. I expect they're going to pound the ball inside again. Look for Mason Jones on the outside. He had a good game last week. Certainly likes to shoot. When he's confident coming up at court, he likes to drop threes right in guys' faces. So I expect Mason Jones and Jordan Little yet again, and Brookdale will be high scoring. Haven't scored less than 75 points in any game this season.
Mason Jones has also been an incredible force, not only just down low and rebounding, but also assists and buckets. So he has definitely been a presence and someone that you're going to have to keep an eye on tonight. So we're going to head on down to the court as the Brookdale Jersey Blues are beginning to get introduced, and we'll get it going in a couple of minutes here. And again, Rich, we talk about how incredibly talented this team is, and they've really been able to have a lot of freshmen step up. We talked about Kerry Kirkwood, just Jordan Little, just a couple that are freshmen in this game that have really been able to step up so far this season with not a whole lot of leadership, really, and have been able to step up and make plays.
Yeah, certainly Kerry Kirkwood was also applying good ball pressure in the full court press last week. We discussed against Garrett last week the layoff they had was 4 days in that game. They came out, it looked like they were a bit antsy to get out. I expected a little rust. It was just they were a bit excited. We're playing a little sloppy in the first half. Now a week off, so we'll see how they come out, if they are a bit antsy or if Coach Chizak has corrected that and they come out focused and are looking to run around. But certainly there's always the potential for rust when you haven't played in a week, so we'll see how Brookdale handles that.
And then, of course, on the other side for Passaic, Anthony Virgil coming in as coaching that team. Last time they were here, they lost to the Jersey Blues. Again, that was last season. This is this season, but still, they have not had a very good track record here in the Collins Arena as of late. So the game is just about to start. We're going to head on down to the court shortly. Brookdale coming out with their starting five. We mentioned in our opening the top players last time in the Collins Arena for Brookdale were Mason Jones. We mentioned that game over Garrett College. That was last Tuesday, 94-83 win. Mason Jones had 28 points and 8 assists. Jordan Little also dropped in 26. So it is definitely a very talented squad that they have. Not going to hand it to them, no. Passaic is very talented as well on the other side of the ball. So Brookdale will control the opening tip, and we are underway for our second game of our doubleheader tonight in the Collins Arena.
Yeah, interesting to see now that Mason Jones or Jordan Little are starting, so.
Salva down low had the shot blocked away by Brian Morrill. And it'll be 15 on the shot clock for the Jersey Blues. Terrell Cox will inbound underneath. Here's Salva again, and Salva will get the and one, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, good inbounds pass. Silva went right up, and looks like he's a bit strong in the upper body and certainly paid off there, taking the hoop and the horn.
Brookdale starting the game with Dylan Salva, Aaron Tremble, Terrell Cox, Sky Harris, and Will Coxis on the floor. For Passaic, they come in with Cortez Rawls, John Bejar, Brian Morrell, Sanders Green, and Kaeri Martin. Passaic really struggling as they got tied up, and we're going to get a jump ball called as the possession arrow will remain with Passaic. You can just hear the sheer noise of that bench on the one side. Very distracting for Passaic.
Yeah, Brookdale's defense all over the court there. Terrell Cox getting to the floor.
Oh, and a miscommunication there as Bejar threw it out of bounds, was trying to get it over to Morrell, and Morrell and Bejar were not on the same page. So the Blues lead 3-0 early here, just about a minute gone by here in the first half.
Yeah, Passaic looks like they're going with a straight man-to-man.
Cox with the basketball. Now gets it over to Sky Harris, and Harris's shot goes out of bounds. So now the Panthers, again, under the head coaching job of Anthony Virgil, and try to get their first points on the board with this possession. Here's Cortez Rawls, now gets it over to Brian Morrell. Down low to Kieri Martin, and Martin's nice layup from the right hook goes in.
Yeah, Brookdale on the man-to-man defense didn't bring any help there.
Passaic appears to be in a man-to-man defense as Cox now going to take on that defense himself. Ball is switched around down low to Coxis, and Coxis can't get that jumper to go. Intercepted by Harris, and Harris lays it in, and he gets the end one.
Yeah, great anticipation by Sky Harris there. Recognized the pass and didn't hesitate once he got the ball, went right up with it. Draws the M1. Already 2 fouls for Passaic to start.
Sky Harris also had an incredible game last time. And very quickly, that is 2 team fouls for Passaic, as Sky Harris will now complete that 3-point play. Brookdale up 6-2. Here's John Bejar, guarded by Cox. Brookdale also in a man-to-man defense. And we're going to get a reach-in call on Will Coxis. You see Coach Chizak there, right in front. 24th season as head coach here. Incredible coach, led the Jersey Blues to a national championship in 2013. Different squad, but trying to do the same with this team. And a nice 3-ball taken down by Brian Morrell from the right arc.
Yeah,
Cuts Passaic down and within 1.
Brookdale did not jump the screen. Morrell was able to hit the 3 with a little bit of breathing room he was given.
And now we're going to get is it a push-off? Or no? Sky Harris originally thought it was a push-off. Now it's going to be a reach-in on Brian Morrell.
His first.
So that is Morrell's first foul. 3rd team foul for Passaic. Oh, Bejar may have gotten away with a reach-in foul there. Sky Harris down low, lays it up and in.
Yeah, nice patience by Sky Harris there. Caught the ball, waited for the defense to clear, then made a quick move to his strong left hand and got the deuce.
So here's John Bejar. Guarded by Cox. Cox bumps him, no call. Over to Martin. Martin back over to Morrow. Now here's Bejar from the corner. Good! And that ties the ball game up at 8.
Yeah, good penetration by Brian Morrell there. Bejar able to hit the 3.
Harris from the corner to answer back. Off the front rim, no good, and a rebound to Morrell. Here's Bejar. Hot off of making that 3, and before the shot, there's going to be a reach-in foul, I believe, on Aaron Trimble.
Bejar lightning fast coming down the court. I thought that was an and 1. Ref called it on the floor.
So Trimble's going to be called with that foul. That's his first team foul, number 2 on the Jersey Blues. Approaching 4 minutes gone by here in the first half. Brookdale still in a very tight man-to-man defense. Bejar got bumped, wanted a foul, no call. Ball thrown at the feet of Green, and Green has it blocked from behind by Cox.
Yeah, Green turning back baseline, allow Cox to close the gap and get the block there. Good hustle defense by Cox on that play.
So Passaic will inbound with 8 on the shot clock. Now Brookdale's going to make a couple substitutions as Aaron Trimble and
Is that coaches?
Will Coxis will come out of the game. Coming into the game will be Jordan Little and Mason Jones. Here's Sanders Green going inside, and Green, with only one on the shot clock, gets fouled.
Yeah, notice that time was running short on the shot clock. Good aggressive move by Sanders Green going right to the hoop. Was rewarded with the foul call.
And that's going to be another foul on Sky Harris. So quickly, 2 fouls on Harris. Third team foul on Brookdale. It looks like Aaron Trimble might be getting ready to check back in, possibly for Harris. So here's Sanders Green at the line. And gets the first foul shot to bounce off the front rim and in. So yes, Sky Harris will go to the bench. Coming in for him will be Aaron Trimble. Passaic has an early 9-8 lead. First time that they have led tonight. And Trimble makes them both. Mason Jones all alone from the corner, thought about a 3. Now he pulls it down, trying to give it off to somebody. Gets it over to Little. Now Little to Salva, and Salva inside makes the layup roll in.
Yeah, good pass by Jordan Silva there. Recognized Dylan Silva had the position, got it to him fast. Silva with a quick move to get the 2.
And on the other end of the court, Morrill with a 3.
Yeah, good form on that one. His results are a swish.
Here's Little on the other end of the bench and lays it in.
Nice no-look pass from Jordan Little there. Was able to break the press and had numbers the other way after he got past it.
So back and forth we go as there's going to be, it looks like a moving pick violation on Passaic. No, they're actually going to call a foul on Kieri Martin, and he's going to go out of the game with his second foul.
Yeah, and Coach Virgil not happy with that one. It looked like he was stationary, but the ref saw it differently.
So Cortez Rawls will come in for Martin. Here's Trimble. Jones from the corner for 3. In and out, no good. And a rebound pulled down by Green.
Yeah, Mason Jones thought he had that one. You saw him holding the pose in the corner, just ran in and out.
Morrill cross-court pass to BJ, and BJ makes it count. Passaic now their largest lead of the game of 4, 16-12.
And now picking up with a press.
Ooh, and Little got bumped out of bounds, but it didn't matter. The ball was intercepted. Now here comes Passaic with numbers. Shot from the corner by Morrill goes in. And Coach Chizak wants a quick timeout.
Yeah, Passaic's got Brookdale a little confused. Brookdale doing a decent job of breaking a press. However, quick hands by Passaic on the other end are allowing them to get the turnovers, and Brookdale not able to get back in transition defense following the turnovers.
So Coach Chizak, again, a very talented coach, wants to talk it over with his guys as Passaic opened up Brookdale opened up the game on a 6-0 run, took the lead 6-0, and then Passaic has really come out and really shown an incredible amount of energy and has been able to make their shots count.
Yeah, kind of wonder why Jordan Little and Mason Jones weren't starting considering the games they had. And then they came into the game and looked a little rusty. So here is a case of where I believe the rust is happening after the week layoff, and they're not coming out overly aggressive and causing mistakes that way. Let's see how they handle the press coming out of this time.
So Passaic now showing some pressure with that full court press that Rich mentioned, and it's intercepted up a court to Brian Morrill, and Morrill couldn't handle it.
Yeah, Coach Chizak barking directions. He wants to get this figured out fast.
That was Sanders Green with the interception, and nobody was home further down the court as Morrill was just a little bit behind.
Yeah, going with a triangle in the backcourt for the press. Jordan Little doing a good job of Mason Jones did.
Little down low, missed the two-hand flush, and now we get a jump ball, and possession arrow will go back to Brookdale.
Yeah, Mason Jones flashed to the middle of the court, caught the pass, and found Little underneath. Little did go up with 2 hands. You'd usually expect that to be a finish, but sometimes it just misses. But if you miss a dunk going up with 2 hands, I have no problem with it because you're doing everything right.
Mason Jones for 3 with a step back, no good. Rebound pulled down by a new player in their game, Tyree Frazier. So here's Bijar trying to set up the offense with 15 on the shot clock. Guarded by Cox. Over to Morrill. Morrill over to Rawls for a long three off the front rim, no good, and a rebound is pulled down by Salva.
Yeah, Brookdale has to do that to break the press, get out and run off of the rebound.
Jones has it swapped away by Green. Nice job getting back on defense. Now here comes Passaic wanting to push Green inside, and he'll get fouled.
Good job by Tyree Frazier. Stopped on a dime. Found Sanders Green right down the middle of the court, and he's going to the line for two.
That foul is going to be on Dylan Salva. That'll be Salva's first foul, team foul number 4 on Brookdale. And Sanders will make the first foul shot, the freshman from Paterson, New Jersey. So Sanders will try to add to the Passaic lead and give them the largest lead of the night of 8. And he will. 20-12. Passaic leads, and already pressure is starting to get to the Jersey Blues as they're having a lot of difficulty handling it. And Little can't handle the pass underneath the basket.
Coach Chizak very hot. Jordan Little couldn't handle that pass. Brookdale was looking to get a guy into the middle of the court on the pressure right at mid-court anyway, hoping that will be the pressure release valve. But you got to handle the passes.
So here's Frazier going inside, and Frazier is going to be pushed from behind. I don't believe that's going to be a foul, a shooting foul. I think that's going to be on the floor. And yes, it is going to be on the floor. But that foul is going to be on Aaron Trimble. That's his second foul. As Cox heads to the bench for Brookdale, and coming in for him will be Kerry Kirkwood.
Kirkwood, a bit of a pest defensively, especially in the full court presser. Maybe Chizak's looking to give Passaic a taste of their own medicine, as you would say.
And Aaron Trimble will come out of the game. Now he's coming back in. I guess that was not a valid substitution. Coach Chizak's questioning that. He wants Trimble out. He's trying to get McManaman, Aiden McManaman, to come in. I'm sure we'll see him at the next whistle. Here's Bejar.
Kirkwood immediately pressuring out top.
Trying to set up Passaic. Down low to Green. Green turnaround fader in the paint is no good, and a rebound to Trimble. Mason Jones had the pass inside, intended for Little, taken away, and yet another turnover for the Jersey Blues.
Yeah, Passaic knows Brookdale wants to go to Jordan Little off of the pressure. Brookdale's going to have to wait a couple ticks in order to get the ball to Jordan Little inside.
And now we're going to get an offensive foul called down low on number 12, Brian Morrill, who had a little bit too much contact with Jordan Little.
I didn't see much there, but...
So in comes for Passaic. Morrill will head to the bench. James Turner for Passaic will come in. And for Brookdale, Aiden McManaman will finally come in as he got in on the next buzzer. Kirkwood over to McManaman. Jones with a long three all by himself off the front rim, no good. Two of the big guys underneath going for that ball, and it was taken away by Passaic.
Yeah, Tyree Frazier, good job on the glass, giving up 5 inches to Jordan Little. He's really competing down there.
Green may have gotten, no, they're going to call it on McManaman. Thought Green may have gotten away with a push away. And that'll be the first foul on Aiden McManaman, who got a haircut, just like me. Bejar, and he went right into Kirkwood. He leaned his elbow into Kirkwood's shoulder, and he was trying to get Kirkwood in the air. And I think Kirkwood got hit in, I don't know if it was the chest or the eye or something, but Bejar was obviously trying to get Kirkwood in the air and possibly go to the line while shooting a three-point shot, a three ball.
That's the old NBA move, get the guy up in the air and then draw the contact that way.
but he led with his elbow, and that's what the officials called. Kurtwood got the worst of it with an elbow full. So that's a second foul on Bejar. He'll head to the bench.
Say Passaic in a matchup zone, but they're making sure they have a second guy spying Jordan Little.
Little's down low, and he's going to get fouled.
Passaic clearly focusing their defense on Jordan Little, making it hard for him to catch the pass. We've seen how good he is when he catches the ball. So Passaic is doing all they can to deny him that, especially underneath. I'd like to see if Coach Chizak will probably look to incorporate Jordan Little in a pick and roll, free him up so you can get him the ball in a spot he likes.
So Jordan Little will make the first foul shot in the 1-on-1 situation. That foul, by the way, for Passaic was on Tyree Frazier. That's the 17th foul for Passaic. Brookdale has 6, so quite early on we have a lot of team fouls. Little makes them both from the line. Brookdale now down by 6, 20-14, with 11:49 left here in the first.
You see Kirkwood is such a fluent defender. It's not surprised that Coach Chizak put him into the game here.
Ball is tipped around and taken away now by Mason Jones. Up ahead to McManaman, who's going to keep it himself and lays it in.
Yeah, nice job by Aiden McManaman. The defense never came over to stop him, take it right to the rim.
James Turner now trying to control the ball for Passaic. And Green now comes away with it. Every time that bench gets close, or anytime Passaic gets close to the team bench of Brookdale, they make a lot of noise. It's very distracting.
Yeah, Mason Jones on that end, and Aiden McManaman did a good job of running a two-man game defensively. But another turnover on the offensive end.
Man, bodies flying all over the place, and somehow Brookdale came up with the basketball. Here's McManaman again. Salva going to go hard inside, and he gets it off the front rim and in.
Yeah, nice job by Dylan Salva. Was patient, but then waited. But once he would decide to make his move, he was very decisive with it.
So here's Anthony Florence, a new player in the game for Passaic. Now here's James Turner for the Panthers. From the left corner, cannot make that jumper to go down. Jones trying to keep it himself. Little to Salva. And Salva's going to get the end one and go to the line.
That's how you do it if you're Brookdale, but for Passaic, you have to collapse to the hoop. The hoop is the most dangerous spot for any defender to be. You got to collapse down and make the Brookdale force it back out. Jordan Little, exceptional job of finding Silva underneath.
And that will tie it all up at 20 as Coach Virgil wants a timeout. Awaiting Salva's foul shot, trying to complete the three-point play. So Brookdale has gone on a miniature 6-0 run to tie it up near the midpoint of the first half at 20-20. A lot of team fouls so far.
Yeah, certainly. Both teams very aggressive in the press, especially Passaic. For Brookdale, looks like the defensive intensity has picked up. The addition of Kerry Kirkwood coincides with this run here, so they're trying to match the press from the other end. Passaic was giving it to them, bring Kerry Kirkwood in the game, but he's a one-man press, so you don't have to really compromise your defense on the back end. You can have him pressure the ball all the way up the court. He's very quick, stays very low to the ground, keeps the center of gravity well. That allows him to move up and down the court, do a good job defensively.
So coming out of that timeout, again, Salva will shoot that free throw. Salva from the line shooting 72% on the year. Dealing the freshman 6'6", big guy from New Brunswick, New Jersey. And he'll make it. So that gives Brookdale their first lead since the early portion of the game, 21-20. There's Anthony Florence controlling the ball for the Passaic Panthers. Now inside to Cortez Rawls. And they're going to call a shooting foul, I believe, on Mason Jones. No, they're going to call it on Little. Jordan Little, that's his first foul.
That's his first.
It'll send Cortez Rawls to the line.
Yeah, Cortez Rawls, basic basketball, filling the lane, caught the pass off the penetration, and now he's going to the line for 2.
So Rawls makes the first foul shot and ties this up at 21. Second foul shot is good by Rawls, and just like that, Passaic has another lead, 22-21. McManaman all alone in the corner, no good. Was left all alone and couldn't make it count, unfortunately. Here's Green inside, driving in, no good, gets his own rebound. And a tip in now by number 25, Tyree Frazier.
Yeah, Brookdale was running all over the place on that defensive end. Once Jordan Little goes up for the block, you're losing your best rebounder. And especially when Aaron Silva was the first to rotate, you have no one on the glass, and that's how Passaic was able to tip it in.
So Passaic leads by 3, 24-21. Mason Jones back over to Salva. Salva took Little down low, and Little makes it count, lays it up and in, even with some contact. Draws the Jersey Blues within 1.
Yeah, if you're Passaic, you don't want to leave Jordan Little by himself underneath once he recognized that he went right up.
Florence puts up a wild shot. It was blocked partially. And the rebound to Jordan Little. Jones wants to try a 3. And now on the other end for Passaic, here is Frazier. Over to Turner. Turner goes right at Salva, tried to do a reverse layup. That did not work, and a rebound to Salva. Up court again to Little, and Little again missed the dunk.
Yeah, he was running down the court. I think he got a little too close to the basket before it was done.
And Mason Jones comes on the other end. He blocked the shot, but he did hit the arm. You heard that one. And he knew it too, so unfortunately Jones will get credited with the foul.
Good hustle back by Mason Jones, but unfortunately the foul. I thought on the other end, on that fast break, Mason Jones got it to Jordan Little fast enough. Again, as we discussed, it looks like he didn't time his striding just right and got caught underneath the basket.
So James Turner will make his first foul shot. So Dylan Salva now will head to the bench. Coming in for him will be Will Coxis. Second foul shot by Turner is good. And Little goes over Tyree Frazier, and they're going to call that a blocking foul on Frazier, and Frazier's not happy about it, saying that Little lowered his shoulder,
Yeah,
which he may have, I don't know.
Jordan Little made a quick move. Tyree Frazier was matching his quickness there. One of those 50-50 calls could go either way, but very fast was Jordan Little on the move, as well as the defense by Frazier.
So now Little, who is 63% from the line on the year, makes his first foul shot, as Passaic is one away from being in the double bonus. Team foul away, that is. They have 9, Brookdale with 8. See if Little can tie or bring this to within a one-possession game. Here's Turner from the corner. Going to drive it inside, has the ball blocked away by Mason Jones.
Yeah, he's got to look to give that ball up. Just going against too many Brookdale defenders there. No surprise that ended in a block.
Jones' reverse layup doesn't go underneath the basket, and the rebound is ripped down by Tyree Frazier. Inside, here's Rawls. Rawls with contact doesn't get the bucket to go. Mason Jones going to keep it himself, coast to coast, lays it in.
Beautiful job by Mason Jones. Recognized no one was picking him up. Wasn't out of control. Made sure he took his time, got his steps down, and laid it up nicely with the left hand.
Once again, for the third time, we're tied up at 26. Here's Aiden McManaman, takes it away, and McManaman dumps it off to Little. Little spinning his way inside, doesn't get that layup to go. Little's had a tough night so far. Rebound taken away by Rawls.
Yeah, he recognized the smaller man on him, made his move, just couldn't get the shot to go.
Frazier working against Little, and they're going to get Little with the bump there underneath the basket.
Frazier had the step there, Jordan Little out of position. And easy for Frazier to just bump off Jordan Little when he's moving back like that. Get himself to the line for 2 shots here.
So that foul is going to be on Little. Now there's a little bit of a tie-up. Now there's a little bit of a discussion as to who the foul is on.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised. It was almost certainly on Jordan Little there.
Not sure what the confusion is for the officials. And anyway, now we're going to have a little bit of a time. Coach Chizak looks like he's going to call timeout. So. And now no one knows who called timeout, so this is really getting confusing here. And now they're going to say that Anthony Virgil was the one who called timeout for Passaic. And wow, now they're going to call the foul on Kurtwood.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised, unless it was a reach-in before, but it almost looked
obvious.
Like a cut and dry case. Frazier took the drive at Jordan Little, got bumped, and went off. We'll see if they change that.
Wow. Obviously, they saw something we did not see.
Yeah, it must have been a reach-in foul up top, but Jordan Little was clearly out of position there, and Frazier did a good job of bumping into him. Certainly Brookdale will take it. They don't want any fouls on Jordan Little that they don't have to have.
So they'll call the foul on Kurtwood. That'll be Kurtwood's first foul. As far as who's at the line, that does not change. That's Tyree Frazier, who's going to shoot. It just doesn't make any sense to me, but okay, we'll go with it. These officials are very, very experienced. They've been here many, many times, and they know what they're looking at. We're just not seeing something. So Frazier, the freshman from Paterson, New Jersey, back iron no good on the second foul shot. Ball is tipped around, scooped up by Rawls, and he lays it in.
Yeah. And Coach Chizak immediately taking a timeout. He is not happy about that. Got to be paying attention to the backcourt, especially against a team as quick as Passaic is.
30 seconds.
So that'll be a 30-second timeout for Coach Chizak. Down by 3, the Jersey Blues are 29-26, 6:57 left here in the first half. Passaic has come out with a ton of energy, Rich.
Yeah, certainly. I like Brookdale's energy. It seems like a bit of rust. I'm not sure what it is, but they seem to be forcing too many passes. Jordan Little has missed a couple dunks. You like that he's going up aggressively. So I don't think the energy is the problem with Brookdale. They're just in a bit of a funk here and got to figure it out.
So after that timeout, Kurtwood will bring up the basketball for the Jersey Blues, down by 3. Hands off to Jones. Jones back over to Kurtwood, who will back it out with 15 on the shot clock.
Yeah, you see Kirkwood pump faking there, but then coming back to where the pass came from. That's going to kill an offense because you're just bringing the ball right back into the defense.
Jones had it tipped away, now gets it back, and he lays it in the paint.
It's just sheer athleticism by Mason Jones there. Made something out of nothing.
Coach Chizak trying to fire his guys up from the sidelines. Here is Florence. Over to Rawls, goes in on McManaman, and Rawls can't get the finger roll to go. Ball tipped away by Kurtwood. For a second, he gets it back. And Mason Jones, who was looking to try to get it to a new player in the game, Dante Whipple, maybe try to do an alley-oop or something. It was a 2-on-1 situation, and Jones traveled with the basketball.
Yeah, Brookdale's got to start simplifying the game. Again, the long layoff, we don't know if it's rust, if they're a bit antsy, but they're just trying to do a bit too much right now. Just slow things down and let the game come to them.
Maybe too much turkey during Thanksgiving?
Yeah, anything's possible.
Here's Green, goes inside, and he's going to be fouled. Or no, they're just going to call it a block. Mason Jones with a nice job to just swat it out of Green's hands. And now with 12 on the shot clock, the Panthers will inbound. Cortez Rawls goes inside. That's out back over to Frazier. And Tyree Frazier gets the bucket. They're going to call a foul.
I believe the foul was on.
Is it an N1? I'm not.
Yeah, I believe the foul was on Will Coaches. He was late on the defensive rotation. He's got to come back. We discussed earlier at the other end, for Passaic, you have to protect the rim first, then move your defense out. You can't allow that to make an easy pass for a layup right there. He's got to come in and bump the guy off and force the ball to the outside.
So Kosis with the foul that time. That'll be his first foul. Pops a quick three.
Yeah,
Rebound to Cortez Rawls.
Mason Jones likes to do that. He likes to pull up in transition. It's obviously a feel thing for him. Right there was a miss.
Long three by Florence off the back rim, no good. And now Green's going to get the rebound, gets it over to Frazier, who lays it in. Nobody down low, boxing out for Brookdale.
Yeah, a lot of the guys on Brookdale were running back down the floor. I guess they expected Mason Jones to get the rebound. And then when they fumbled it, it's an easy hoop.
McManaman's long two is off the mark. And now Passaic gradually starting to hold and maintain a lead, up by 5. A lot of players getting ready to check in for Brookdale. And now I believe we're going to get a push-off on Passaic. Be interesting to see who they call it on.
I think it was a moving off-ball screen by Sanders Green there.
His first. Cox, Little, and Silva.
So Cox, Little, and Silva all check in for Brookdale. Heading to the bench will be Dante Whipley, Will Kosis, and Aaron Trimble. Jones in the lane, gets it over to Little, who lays it in.
Yeah, nice pick and roll action. We'll see if Brookdale continues with that. Certainly allows Jordan Little to get the ball a spot better for him instead of having to force it inside for him.
James Turner went down hard on the floor, picked himself right back up, so I don't know if he slipped or something, but that was a hard fall. Now here's Turner. Over to Florence for a wide open three, and he drains it.
Yeah, you don't usually see it often because Mason Jones tried to jump the screen. Once the ball was moved, the guys who had to help Mason Jones let the guy open for the three.
Jones with the reverse layup inside goes. That was actually Cortez Rawls with that three. My apologies to Cortez Rawls.
Last possession shows how your defense has to be on a string. If one guy gets out of position, it may be seconds later, but the entire defense is then struggling to recover.
Turner's shot is off the mark. Tipped away by Cox. It'll remain with Passaic. So now in comes Aaron Trimble. He'll come in for Mason Jones.
Trimble has checked in for Brookdale.
Brookdale down by 4. So there's a little bit of a confusion as to the shot clock. They're going to reset it. It was originally at 25. Now they give Passaic a fresh 30.
Yeah, I wasn't sure Passaic had possession there long enough to have any time run off. I like to call by the officials.
And inside, that's going to be a foul, I believe, on Dylan Salva.
No, I think it's Jordan Little there.
They're going to call it on Little? Okay. They're
Yeah,
calling on
Little
Little.
not moving his feet defensively, and he gets caught for another foul. And it looked like he got away with one earlier. That could have been number 3. So we'll see if he comes out of the game. And now certainly don't want him picking up his 3rd before the end of the half. And as we just discussed, it looks like he may have already, or should already have 3.
Trimble bringing it up for Brookdale. Now here's McManaman again, and McManaman gets the bucket, and he got fouled in the process, so he will go to the free throw line to try to complete the three-point play.
Yeah, nice ball fake, allowed him to set himself, line up a jumper. And for Passaic, you don't ever want to foul a jump shooter. Let him have the 2 points, but if he's going to make it and get fouled, then he could easily make it at the line. And we see Jordan Little coming out now, so he's likely sitting down for the rest of the half.
Dante Whipple came in for him. Foul was on a new player in the game. Osiris Barbosa. That's number 1 on Barbosa.
I would probably say that Osiris.
Osiris, I'm not sure. And Tyree Frazier fell down, so they'll get a traveling call. So winding down here in the first half, Brookdale down by 2 at the moment, 37-35. There's Whipple inside, double teamed, and we're gonna get 3 seconds in the paint by Dylan Salva.
Yeah, I think Salva was expecting the shot to go up, wanted to be in position for an offensive rebound. And when the shot doesn't go up, you're gonna be in the lane for 3 seconds. But he had his back turned to the basket, so I'm not quite sure. Maybe he just lost track of where he was on the court.
Cortez Rawls shot from the corner with a hand in his face, no good. James Turner all alone, top of the key, and he makes it.
Yeah, didn't rush it, took his time, make sure he got in rhythm, and buried it from the top of the arc.
Makes Brookdale pay. Now Panthers back up by 5. Approaching 2 minutes left here in the first half. Cox's jumper no good. Salva with the rebound, lays it in.
Yeah, Salva got away with one there, came down with the ball. As we discussed in the women's game, when you're a big guy and you catch it, you don't want to bring the ball down. You want to keep the ball high and not allow the guards to be able to swipe down at it. But he got away with it, went up quick, and got the 2 points.
James Turner, swinging it around for Passaic. Shot clock down to 5. Rawls, the shot rattles in.
Good job of getting to his spot and nailed it by Cortez Rawls there.
Passaic has definitely had a very good shooting night so far. McManaman gonna pop a 3. That's off the mark, no good. Rebound, Whipple. Whipple goes up, has a shot blocked. Cox with the rebound out to Trimble, and Trimble's shot is off the mark. Now back the other way. Here's Rawls inside, and a nice finger roll with the left hand.
Yeah, nice job by Cortez Rawls. Waited for the defense to clear his way to the lane, and he went right in behind him.
Oof, Whipple wasn't expecting that one, but threw it up anyway. Off the mark, no good. Now here comes Turner with some energy. Rawls. Off the glass, no good. Rebound leaping to Tyree Frazier. Differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Turner. Guarded by Whipple, has the ball poked away. 10 seconds on the shot clock now for Passaic. Here's
High
Florence.
screen and roll here.
Florence goes inside, nifty move, lays it in. Trimble, last second shot is off the mark, no good. And that is gonna bring our first half to a close. Coach Chizak, the look on his face says it all. He is just kind of shocked.
46-37.
As we're gonna go into the halftime, Brookdale down by 9, 46-37. So, Rich, it was a very interesting first half. We saw Brookdale come out with a lot of energy in the first couple of minutes. They took a 6-0 lead. Ever since then, though, Passaic not only rallied back, but now head into the locker room with a substantial lead, 46-37.
Yeah, Passaic's clearly sticking to their game plan. They don't want to get Jordan Little the ball inside off a pass. We'd like to see if Brookdale is going to move to a pick and roll, possibly with Mason Jones or Kerry Kirkwood, a faster guard, where you have to collapse on the penetrating guard and then get the ball to Jordan Little. Defensively, though, Brookdale giving up a few too many offensive rebounds. That's certainly got to be corrected this half. But give Passaic a lot of credit. They're pressuring the ball very well. They're also running when they see their opportunities, but they're not forcing anything. Just very under control, and that's why they're up 9.
So heading on into the half again, as Rich said, Brookdale down by 9, 46-37 over the Passaic Panthers. Tim Califano, Rich Van Tassel will be back and take a break and come back for the second half here from the Collins Arena on Brookdale Television right after this.
I love playing softball at Brookdale. It's very natural. The team gets along. It's like we've been playing together forever. The coach made it a very easy decision to come here. The faculty is very approachable, and they were able to work with me when we went to nationals. As a Brookdalian, I have grown into a more confident student athlete. I love it, and I wish I could stay here all 4 years. My name is Bobby Bowler, and I'm an NJ Star Scholar athlete, and I got my start at Brookdale.
In life, you never know when your number will be called. Whether it's blocking a shot, scoring the winning goal, or acing a test, you have to be prepared. At Brookdale, we learned the value of hard work. We learned how to be champions. We are the Jersey Blues women's soccer team, and we came to Brookdale to win. We never imagined we'd make history.
I'm Dan Schroll, Professor of Graphic Design at Brookdale Community College. Graphic design, I use the example sometimes for students. So I may be sitting at a table and I'll pick up a small sugar packet and explain that a graphic designer does that. And from that small packet, anything up to a huge billboard. It's a visual communication tool. We're all involved in it. We all are guided by it. It's a huge field. There are many, many different options a student can have and go into and feed from as long as they start with the basic fundamentals of the graphic design profession, which we offer here at Brookdale Community College.
Hi, my name is Colin Caney, and I'm a graphic design student at Brookdale Community College. Everything that was available for us, the computers, the programs, everything were amazing. I mean, it made it so much easier because everything was just right there for us to use, and it made everything that we did a lot easier.
Hi, my name is Gabriela Sheps. I'm a current student at Brookdale, and I'm taking classes on the graphic design program. I have a background in graphic design back in South America. I was going to school and I was looking for, returning to school, and this was a convenient school for me, pretty close to my house, and they have a program that I can do it.
We have two options in the graphic design program. We have an AAS degree, which leads to a terminal degree that puts the student right into the industry after graduating from Brookdale, which quite a number of students have done and have become extremely successful. We have the other option, the AA degree, which is a transfer degree, which I encourage students to participate in. It enables them to transfer to a 4-year art school or college or university, further their studies in the more conceptual part of graphic design.
I got an internship through Dan Schroll, my professor. I got it at the end of this past semester, and it was redesigning the layout of the brochure for a group out of St. Barnabas Hospital called the Institute for Prevention. It's turning out to be amazing. I can't wait to see the finished printed product. So, on top of that, it's the first thing that I've done that'll be printed, that'll be distributed with my work on it, and I'm very excited because a lot of people, I don't know how many, but a lot of people will see that. So it'll be very exciting to know that my work is somewhere circulating around and everyone gets to see it.
It's an exciting program. The opportunities are tremendous. Now's the time to really look at a career in a field like this because of the vast potential that it offers, and not just graphic design, but peripheral subjects like illustration, typography, printing. There's many different aspects of the field that are outside of what's called graphic design, but are a very strong part of doing this as a career.
Hi, my name is Claudia Chera. I'm a graphic design student and photography major in Brookdale Community College. I have a lot of freelance work coming in because of my graphic design teacher. He was really great on always promoting me and giving me, people that I can call and they gave me work. And for me, in a sense, it's great that I changed my whole career into the graphic design department, because if you really have a passion for it, you always have work. You always have work.
There's a great program. Come and see it. You have to believe in your possibilities, and you will love it here. You will really like it here. So come on in.
Students make the program. The students really go far beyond the normal workload and contribute outside of class and really make the program what it is, a very strong program. I think we give a very, very strong fundamental background, kind of nuts and bolts foundation, and they do a really good job.
My name is Patty Blazer. I'm a New Jersey certified interior designer and professor of interior design at Brookdale Community College. Interior design is a very complex profession. As building types have become more complex over the past number of years, the role of a professional interior designer has become much more complex as well.
Hi, I'm Francine DeMarco. I'm an interior design student at Brookdale Community College. I came here being an artist, being a fashion designer, knowing how to draw clothing, but not furniture, not drafting plans, not knowing how to use a drafting table. And the professors here were wonderful because they were able to calm me down when I was nervous and say, it's okay, that's part of the program. We teach you this.
We have 2 studios that are equipped with manual drafting tables, as well as various software products that are appropriate for the interior design profession. So each student has the opportunity to have their own station with both drafting table and technology that's required. We have a learning assistant that supports students outside of class time, so you can basically get one-on-one tutoring. If you're having difficulty in a particular area, you can make an appointment and come in, or just come in during open lab times and get additional help outside of class.
My name is Dorota Cervas, and I'm a recent graduate from interior design program at Brookdale Community College. When I came to Brookdale and I talked to a few of my teachers, especially Celeste, and I told her, Celeste, I'm an international student, my English is maybe not good enough, but she said, don't worry, we're gonna work. We're gonna work hard and you're gonna be okay. And we had an opportunity to do real projects. Last year, we were asked to redesign a day room at the Ancora Psychiatric Hospital in Hamilton, New Jersey. and I won a first prize. Well, the design now is under the construction. They asked me to come and take pictures and see what they did. And you know, when I graduated, I felt so good because I still remember the first day when I said, I don't know if I am able to do it. I'm not sure if I'm going to be good for it.
Professional interior designers work as members of design teams along with architects, engineers, landscape architects. They participate and collaborate in defining and interpreting user and client needs and adapting those needs to the building shell and all the mechanical systems that are associated with it.
The great thing about being at Brookdale is that we have the architect program right down the hallway, and we all work very nicely together. It's really positive because when you get out in the field, you eventually will be working together, so it's great to be exposed to people like this early on, especially in school.
Most people think of interior design related only to residential interiors, when in fact interior designers collaborate on projects such as healthcare facilities, hospitals, assisted living facilities, institutional facilities such as schools or libraries, the hospitality industry such as hotels, restaurants, casinos, nightclubs, corporate facilities, and of course residential interiors.
Hi, my name is Joni Del Sordi, and I'm a working graduate from Brookdale's Interior Design Program. The opportunities from Brookdale's Interior Design Program, they offered trips that we could go on to get hands-on experience. And some of the projects, I really like how they incorporated real projects. For instance, when I was attending the school, the offices were moving from one building to another, and we got to interview the administrators, find out how they use the space, what their needs and wants were. And I use that every day in my field. I'm in the restaurant hospitality field, designing restaurants. And Brookdale, you know, really gave me hands-on experience and the foundation classes that, you know, I still use to this day.
Brookdale's interior design program is a gem. I am extremely proud of the program. We're in our 20th year of existence. We have an excellent reputation. We have state-of-the-art studios that are the envy of every other program in the state. We enjoy excellent support from the college and have an excellent reputation for, again, transferability as well as job placement within the field. We've got an excellent faculty, our full-time faculty as well as our adjuncts. All have been practicing professionals and all are NCIDQ certificate holders and are certified in the state of New Jersey. So our staff and faculty are excellent. Facilities are excellent, and I love Brookdale.
Regional and national champions abundant here at Brookdale. Hi, and welcome to Brookdale Newsmakers, your source of what's happening in and around our campus. I'm Tim Catalfamo, and joining us today is Sean Noel, who is the Director of Athletics and Recreation here at Brookdale. Thank you so much for joining us today, Sean.
It's great to be here, Tim. Thank you.
Now, maybe give all of our audience just a brief summary of all the athletic programs and sports teams that you have here at Brookdale.
Yeah, absolutely. In the fall, we have men's and women's soccer, men's and women's cross country, women's tennis. Starting in the fall, coming up here in 2014, we'll be adding women's volleyball. In the winter, we have men's and women's basketball, cheerleading, and then in the spring, we have baseball, softball, men's tennis, men's lacrosse, and men's and women's golf. So we have quite an offering.
You got a whole variety.
Absolutely.
Now, it's no secret the last few years, Brookdale Athletics has had a fantastic couple of seasons across the board, not just in basketball. I know women's soccer won a championship. Maybe give us some of the highlights of some of the sports teams.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've had a great run of success on the field. Our men's basketball team last year won a national championship, the first time in the program's history. Our women's softball team was national runner-up last year as well, which was a great accomplishment. This year, the women's soccer team won the national championship.
All right, welcome back here to the Collins Arena in Lincroft, New Jersey. Just about to start the second half here in the game that we are taking on, a second of our doubleheader. Brookdale taking on Passaic County for the men's squad. Down by 46-37 right now. And Rich, what do they have to do in the second half if Brookdale wants to get back into this game?
Well, we discussed at the end of the half possibly get Jordan Little involved in the pick and roll. I'd leave Kerry Kirkwood in the game for as much as you can. He's pressuring the ball very well. For Passaic, Coach Berger's got to be telling him, keep doing what you're doing, denying Jordan Little the ball and running when you have the opportunity on the offensive end.
We'll have to see how it all plays out in the second half, as it has started to go underway. Ball out of bounds. It'll go back to the Jersey Blues. And intercepted quickly by Cortez Rawls. Rawls goes right over Cox, and Cox is going to be taking the charge, and Rawls will be called with the offensive foul.
Yeah, Cox making up for the turnover by getting back in position. Again, Jordan Little not starting this half. We do see Mason Jones is starting. I'm looking, not sure I see Jordan Little on the bench. I wonder if he's suffering from an injury. Oh, no, he is in the game. My mistake, I apologize.
Mason Jones, dangerous cross-court back pass to Salva, and Salva now is going to get fouled by Martin.
Yeah, good job. We'll see if Coach Chizak wants to establish the game inside. Again, we talked about for Passaic, their tallest player is 6'5". Silva is 6'6", Jordan Little 6'9". So certainly you can grind the game out and look to cut down on this lead by getting inside. And if you get to the free throw line, it'll allow for some free points with the clock stop.
They actually called the foul on Sanders Green, but the more interesting thing is now Kieri Martin is going to head to the bench, and he was limping as he was going to the bench, and he's untying his right shoe. So I don't know if he twisted his ankle or something, but he was limping. Hope that he is okay. Salva makes one of the two from the line. And brings Brookdale within an 8-point lead, or within an 8-point gap of Passaic. Here's Morrill for the first time in the second half in the game, and is swatted away by Little. Here comes Brookdale. They have numbers. Here's Sky Harris. Harris can't get the layup to go, neither can Cox. Little is there for the rebound.
Yeah, good thing Jordan Little was running the court there, because you got to finish that transition opportunity, 3-on-1. Jordan Little not taking anything for granted, ran down the court, and they got the 2 points to salvage that possession.
Brookdale started out the game with a miniature 4-0 run. Shot by Rawls from the left arc is no good. Mason Jones feeling lucky, pulls it up, no good. And now we're going to get over to the back call on Little as he reached around over Green.
That might have been Cox on the reach in.
You're right, Rich, that was Cox, my mistake. I thought Little may have gotten Green when he reached around on the shoulder, but Cox reached in.
Could have gone either way there.
So here's John Bejar. It's the first time I've called his name in a while, as he spent the majority of the second half of the first half on the bench. Long shot by Morrill is off the mark. And now here comes Brookdale trying to close to within 2 possessions of the lead, and that shot by Jones is off the mark. Bejar going hard inside, and now gets it back out to Morrill. Morrill inside to Rawls, and Rawls is going to get fouled away from the ball, I believe.
If Passaic ran down the court there, had Brookdale running around defensively, never got a chance to get set. He was able to force the drive, Mason Jones was, but he got the reach and foul. Might have been better off just letting Jordan Little protect the rim there instead of committing the foul.
Bejar all alone, and not off the back rim, no good. Cox now starting to feel some pressure, as here's Mason Jones, drives inside, lays it up and in.
Yeah, nice crossover dribble with a little hesitation there by Mason Jones to the left, and then coming back to a strong right hand. Very well done by Mason Jones.
And just like that, Brookdale has closed to within 4 points of the lead, starting out the second half on a 6-0 run. Rawls has the ball taken away by Jones. Jones, 1-on-4, lays it up and in, and he's going to get the and one.
Gotta like the energy Brookdale's come out with on the other end of the court, playing very well defensively, matching up man-to-man. Seems like Passaic is not moving the ball. They're not setting screens and really allow Brookdale to create some turnovers, and especially off the missed shots on the other end, been able to run down the court. So Brookdale certainly taking advantage of the opportunity presented to them.
So Jones now will try to complete the three-point play, and he does. They're going to get a whistle. Passaic wasn't set on the inbound. Either way, Brookdale now has opened up the start of the game with 9 straight points. Seven points, my bad. And Bejar gets a lot of white jerseys on him as he was going out of bounds. Ball was blocked, but Passaic is going to get the ball with 4 on the shot clock.
Yeah, Passaic was at least running some motion on that possession. See what they can do with 4 seconds left.
Long shot from the corner by Morrill is off the mark. Little touched it last, though, and it's going to go back to Passaic with a fresh 30.
They didn't have much choice there, had to get the shot up with only 4 seconds left. See if Passaic can calm things down. They still have the 1-point lead, start running their offense.
So here's Morrill, hands it off to Bejar. Bejar over to Rawls. Back over to Morrill. Morrill got over to Green, wasn't expecting that one, picked it up anyway. Now Green drives inside on Jones, and he lays it in.
It's just a great individual effort by Sanders Green there.
Jones the other way, layup is a little short, but Sky Harris is there with the rebound and lays it in.
Yeah, and Brookdale doing a good job, especially off the make, able to run anyway, not allowing Passaic to set up that press, which was giving up fits in the first half.
Morrill, guarded by Salva. Tried to dump it into Green. It's taken away by Jones.
Yeah, bad pass there by Morrill. He had the shot and then tried to force it back into 2 guys.
Jones going to keep it himself once again. Does not get the layup. Little is there for the rebound. Tried to muscle it in. Ball is loose. And Green will fall down with it and call timeout.
Timeout. Passaic.
So that'll be a quick timeout for Passaic. Only scored 2 points so far this second half for Passaic as Brookdale has really closed the gap.
Yeah, and not making any hoops for Passaic is allowing Brookdale to run. It prevents Passaic from getting their full court pressure set up, and included even when they're making a shot. Looks like Coach Chizak made the adjustment at halftime. Even on makes, we're going to run. We don't want them to set up their full court press at all. And Mason Jones coming out very well. He's the one pushing the tempo, and Jordan Little doing his job on the defensive end. He's also rebounding the ball very well. We'll see if they decide to pound the ball inside here coming out of the timeout for the Brookdale Blues.
So Brookdale will come out of the timeout with Cox, Little, Sky Harris, Dylan Salva, and Mason Jones on the floor, whereas Passaic will come out with James Turner, Tyree Frazier, Sanders Green, John Bejar, and Cortez Rawls. 15:25 left here in the second. Passaic leads by 1. Brookdale was down at 1 point by 9 at halftime, and they've clawed all the way back to within 1. And that is going to be a hold on Little as he was way outside of the paint. I'm not sure why he was up so high near the front of the court.
I didn't see where the foul was. Looked like a miscommunication between him and Silva on the screen and roll. It looked like Silva was expecting a switch while Jordan Little was expecting Silva to work his way through and get back and just provide a little bit of help So they actually benefited from the foul because they left Rawls open for a wide open three, which he hit. But unfortunately, the foul negated that.
Little with a third foul will come out of the game. Coming in for him will be Aiden McManaman. Now here's Bejar. Nice nifty move inside, draws the contact and the foul.
Yeah. Mason Jones thinks he went straight up. He did his best too, but unfortunately he was still drifting just a little bit. But you'd like to see the defensive rotation at least be there. In that case, though, I'd try to take my chances at the block instead of jumping. Even if you try to jump straight up when you're drifting, you're going to be moving somewhat. So.
And that is Mason Jones' third foul tonight. As Bejar makes the first foul shot. Kurtwood looks like is going to come in.
Yeah, you got Little and Mason Jones, two of your better players for Brookdale with foul trouble. We'll see. He's leaving Mason Jones in the game here. So hopefully he can get some extended minutes with him before that foul comes out.
Jones with 3 fouls, he'll have to be careful.
Yeah, I see Trimble coming off the bench. I wouldn't be surprised if he's coming in for Mason Jones. And after the free throws, Passaic is able to set up their press. Brookdale doing a better job of handling it there.
Harris with a nice finger roll jumper that rolled around the rim and in. Brings Brookdale to within 1, 50-49.
Brookdale now in the 2-3 zone, most likely doing that to protect Mason Jones, where he doesn't have to play man-to-man and potentially pick up that foul.
Rawls from the corner, no good. Rebound Jones. Jones, 1-on-3, taking a risk going inside, no good. McManaman, though, with the rebound. Shot clock did not reset. Harris, though, is there underneath.
Nice job by Kerry Kirkwood. Was unselfish there. He had an open shot, gave it up for an even better shot. Very well done by Kerry Kirkwood.
And Brookdale now has their first lead of the second half, 51-50. An amazing way to start this half. Passaic has only scored 4 points this entire half. Green inside, and he's going to draw the contact, and he will go to the line to try to make it a 3-point play.
Yeah, Sanders Green finding a soft spot in the zone. They got it to him right in the middle. Nice hard power dribble to his right hand, and then straight up for the bucket and the foul.
They'll call the foul on McManaman. That's his second foul. As Mason Jones now will head to the bench, and Aaron Trimble comes in for him. 5 team fouls on Brookdale, 3 for Passaic. And Green's second foul shot is good.
Important for Brookdale to hold the fort down with Jones and Little on the bench. We'll see if the lead starts to swell a bit. I wouldn't expect Coach Chizak to leave him on the bench for long.
Harris in the corner, got it over to Trimble. Trimble drives inside, back out to McManaman for a 3, and it's in.
Yeah, Trimble was able to beat the pressure on the outside. When you do so, it's going to leave a shooter on the outside. McManaman knocked it down.
A beautiful shot by McManaman. Gives Brookdale the lead back by 1, 54-53. As we continue to go back and forth, exchanging blows on either side. And going to be a blocking foul on Sky Harris down low.
I'm not sure if Sky Harris was in the restricted area there. I thought he got his feet set in time. Certainly, if you're inside the restricted area, that doesn't matter, but it was close from here.
He was way underneath the basket, though. So yeah. I don't know, maybe that had anything to do with it. I'm not sure. Anyway, he'll come out of the game. Will Kosis will come in for Harris as he heads to the bench with 3 fouls. So Brookdale starting to get into some foul trouble with a lot of their key players. Green turnaround shot in the lane, no good. Rebound Kosis.
In case people don't know what the restricted area is, that's that little semicircle under the hoop. If a defensive player is in that position, he cannot draw a charge. That is, of course, unless the offensive player catches it below the free throw line, but that's not the situation in that case.
McManaman tried to make it 2 for 2 from behind the arc, didn't get that attempt to go. And now Passaic will try to set up their offense. 16 on the shot clock. Morrill from the corner.
Brookdale staying in the zone, but you see Dylan Silva is putting a body on Sanders Green instead of letting him catch the ball wherever he wants.
James Turner with that jumper puts Passaic Panthers back up by 1. Back and forth again we go. Kosis in the corner. Dangerous cross-court pass to Kurtwood. Salva to Kosis, and Kosis now will get the end one.
Beautiful ball movement. Kerry Kirkwood really like his game. He knows where to go with the pass, and then Dylan Silva with a great high-low action underneath the coaches for the and one. Again, though, Passaic not protecting the rim. They're not rotating down. They're rotating too far up and stretching their defense. That allows a nice high-low game, as we just saw there from the Brookdale Jersey Blues.
So Will Kosis, the freshman from Howell, New Jersey, can't make that foul shot, but will still give Brookdale a 1-point lead. And ball got bounced off of Kurtwood's leg. It'll remain with Passaic, 21 on the shot clock. Bejar double teamed, lost the ball, and it is off of Bejar. That's what the officials called it, and Brookdale will get the ball back.
Yeah, we heard Coach Chizik say X on the sideline. Brookdale immediately went into action. Kerry Kirkwood doubled the ball, and they got the turnover. It looks like Passaic was completely unprepared for that. Don't know if that's something Coach saw on scouting report, but certainly it worked out very well there.
Well, Bejar was definitely not expecting that and dribbled it off his foot. Kurtwood, handoff, Trimble for three. No good, and it's pulled down by Sanders Green. Now up ahead is Rollo, and now inside to Green. Green can't get that layup to go.
Yeah, it took the hop step, got too far under the hoop, though.
Pass cutting inside to Salva. Salva's jumper is off the rim and in.
Yeah, nice job in the lane, under control, caught it, composed himself, went right back up with the ball, and kept it high in that situation. Didn't allow any guard to come in and slap the ball from him.
Oh, they double-teamed Bejar again. That time he was ready for it. Ball swung around, double-teamed again to Morsel. And now a three from the left arc by Rawls is no good. Saved out of bounds by Kosis, and Brookdale regains possession.
Yeah, I wouldn't double team off Rawls too much. Brookdale got away with one there. You don't want to leave him open for a shot.
Trimble cutting inside, couldn't finish. Back outside to Kurtwood for a short jumper.
Kirkwood does a good job of playing within his game. He doesn't force shots. There he was wide open from a spot he likes and drilled it. Completely under control when he plays the game.
Here's Turner. Works it around the Bejar. Bejar gonna go inside now, back out to Turner for three, and he knocks it down.
Yeah, Passaic had to have that one. Nice shot by Turner. Things were starting to get away from him there. Let's see if they can try to set up their press. They're not doing it. Brookdale's done a good job of keeping Passaic from setting up the press this entire half.
Midway through the second half, Brookdale lead by 2. Salva turnaround jumper off the mark. And now here's Bejar. And Rawls shuffled his feet.
Yeah, I think he knows it too. It's a little, just a little lackluster, not too decisive.
So now a lot of substitutions here as Little will come in, so will Sky Harris. Coming out will be Kosis and Salva.
Yeah, we discussed when Mason Jones and Jordan Little went out of the game, could Brookdale hold the fort? They actually ended up taking the lead. So Coach Chizik has to be thrilled with that. Let's see if they can extend it now with them back in without them picking up fouls.
So Kurtwood lost it, out of bounds. Not under control there, and turnover for the Jersey Blues.
Yeah, it was a nice crossover up top. I don't know if it just slipped out of his hand or what there. He looked under control at first, but went flying out of bounds, so something went wrong.
Rawls down low to Green. Green working Little, and he lays it, and he gets the jumper rather to go.
Yeah, gives Sanders Green a lot of credit. He's only 6'3", taking it right into the body of the bigger Jordan Little to prevent the shot clock.
Jones with 3 fouls goes inside, and the floater goes for Jones.
Yeah, off of the screen and roll, Passaic had rotated, and Mason Jones filled the void of the rotation after that.
Morrill over to Turner from the right arc. The right corner, rather, and he knocks it down, gives Passaic yet another lead by 1, 63-62.
Yeah, Brookdale's falling asleep on a couple defensive possessions here, leaving guys open for wide open threes in that zone. Can't have that.
Kurtwood over to Mason Jones. Jones to Little. Little bumps right into Morrill, but no call as Morrill just fell down, and Little makes him pay.
Yeah, Jordan Little caught it, went to his right hand. You saw the ref shaking his head, obviously not going to give him the flop there. I like the no call. I didn't think there was much there, but Jordan Little showing his patience underneath.
There's Brian Morrill. Morrill inside, and we're going to get a foul, I believe, before the basket.
Yeah, I like Jordan Little's aggressiveness coming over on the slide rotation there, though, when the foul is committed, you'd hate to pick up a goaltend on a shot that clearly has no chance going in. So that's something he would have to learn in the future. You know, obviously you want to come over, you always want to help defense, but you'd hate to have a goaltend in a situation like that.
They actually are going to call it a shooting foul, and that'll send Brian Morrill to the line.
And
sorry, Rich.
Well, we've discussed free throws, you know, every game we've done here, especially in a tie game. Less than 10 minutes left in the second half. Free throws become critical at this point.
Sky Harris was the one with that foul. He checks out of the game with 4, and coming in for him, I believe, will be Mason Jones. So Morrill's foul shot gives Passaic the 1-point lead. Approaching 8 minutes left here in the second half, and Coach Chizek wants a timeout.
Yeah, I'm surprised Passaic there, especially off of a missed free throw. When you have guys underneath, that's the best time to set up your full court press. They're not doing it. Maybe Coach Virgil feels they've been getting beat too much off of it in this half, and Brookdale's made the adjustments. He's going to call that off, but it's usually when you would want to set up the full court press.
So 8:01 left here in the second. Officials had to get off the court that time as the cheerleaders came out. They were a little caught off guard that time. Now, if you're Passaic, Rich, they've done a really, really nice job at driving to the basket, and Brookdale is starting to pick up a lot of fouls. They have 17 fouls this second half. Guys like Sky Harris, Mason Jones with 3 fouls, just to name a few. Brookdale could be in some foul trouble if you're Passaic. Do you take advantage of that and go hard at it?
We've seen Sanders Green take it into the body of Jordan Little. They are giving up a lot of size, so you would have to wonder how much you really want to do that, but we have seen a bit of that. What's really keeping Passaic in this game through the rough patch in the second half they've had has been the shooting of James Turner and Cortez Rolls, the 2 lefties, and Brookdale hasn't identified them in the zone defense when they've been left open for shots. They certainly have smooth strokes. We've seen that all game. So I would expect Coach Chizek is going over that in this huddle, and I would like to see if Coach Virgil is going to try to set them up for the outside shots. But it's pick your poison trying to go inside to draw those fouls because you are giving up a lot of size.
Yeah, Brookdale has definitely outshot Passaic in the second half, but Passaic has not been able to falter as they are still holding a 1-point lead.
Yeah, they weathered the initial surge by Brookdale there, and now we're in for what should be a great finish here.
Jones.
Close to the baseline there.
Or,
excuse me, to the side.
Jones goes down hard to the floor. I think he may have gotten tripped in the air, and it'll be interesting to see who the foul is going to be on. It's going to be the 15 foul for Passaic, and they're going to call the foul on Sanders Green. That's his 4th foul.
Yeah, so very interesting. Now that would certainly limit if you're going to go inside. They do have Kyer Martin, but we saw him leave the game earlier with an injury. He's actually checking back in right now, so it looks like he's all right. He's the tallest player, so I'd expect, as you were saying, Coach Virgil might be trying to get a foul on Jordan Little, get him out of the game.
Jones's first foul shot rims out, and Kyer Martin will come in for Sanders Green as he will head to the bench with 4 fouls once again. Jones' second foul shot goes in.
You see in the 3-2 zone here, Kerry Kirkwood really pressuring on the outside, though. It's going to leave a big void in the middle. There it is.
Here's Rawls inside. Didn't get that shot to go, but a rebound there by Martin doesn't go as well. Ball goes out of bounds back to the Jersey Blues.
Yeah, Brookdale, as we just saw, Kerry Kirkwood coming up high, left the void in the middle. It caused Jordan Little to have to rotate over, left an offensive rebound opportunity. And fortunately for Brookdale, Passaic did not score there.
Jones being guarded by Rawls. 16 on the shot clock. Little spinning his way inside with bodies all around him. Salva is there with the rebound, no good. And Turner comes away with the rebound.
Yeah, James Turner at 6 foot did a good job holding his own underneath there, preventing Brookdale from getting any points.
Anthony Florence back in the game for Passaic. Turner pump fakes, drives inside with contact, and he got Little in the air. That'll be a foul on Little.
I believe that's number 4.
I think you're right, Rich. It's the 18th foul on Brookdale, and you are right. It is Little's 4th foul. So now decision time for Coach Chizak is whether or not he's going to leave Little in the game. I don't think he will.
Looks like he's bringing in Trumbull. James Turner, nice move with the head fake. Jordan Little can't get around to the smaller guy in that case and had to commit the foul.
So James Turner, the sophomore guard from Newark, New Jersey, trying to give Passaic a lead, and he does.
So we've seen a split at the free throws right after we talked about on both ends. 2 points, lost both ways.
Jones goes right over Frazier, but they're going to call it a blocking foul. I'm sorry, that's not Frazier. That is Kieri Martin. I apologize. Either way, Martin is going to be called with the foul.
I think it was Cortez Rolls. I didn't see. I thought whoever the Passaic defender was, I thought it was Kerry Martin as well, but I thought they had perfect position there. Mason Jones was a little bit out of control. They would say there, Rasheed Wallace, the former NBA player, would used to say the ball does not lie. So if it's a bad call, the ball will not go in, and we'll see if it's telling half-truth here.
50% true, I don't know.
Guess we'll call that a white lie on that one.
And we got a hold down low on Aaron Trimble. Away from the ball. And just like that now, Brookdale, the pendulum swings, and instead of Kieri Martin and Passaic being in some foul trouble, Kieri Martin goes to the free throw line, and I believe Trimble picks up his 3rd foul.
Yeah, next foul will be the double bonus.
Martin gets the first one to rattle in. And that ball does not go in on the second attempt. Rebound by Salva. Here comes the Jersey Blues trying to stretch it out a little bit, as this has been a very close game in the second half. Jones's shot rolls off the rim, no good.
Yeah, I thought Mason forced one just a bit there.
And yet another foul called away from the ball. That, I think, is going to be on Salva, on Martin.
And that's the double bonus, and Coach Chizak can't be happy. I don't know if he's a gambling man and he's going to try to come back in with Jordan Little right now. It's a lot of time to try to get away with 4 fouls, especially for your best defender who likes to rotate over to block shots.
So that is going to be only the second foul on Salva. So Martin's first foul shot is off the mark, no good. Coach Chizek is going to leave Salva in with 2 fouls. Second one is good for Martin, so that puts Passaic back up by 2, 68-66, approaching 6 minutes left here in the second half. McManaman. Guarded by Morrill, now hands off to Jones for 3 from the left arc, off the front rim, no good. And now here comes Passaic, wanting to push the ball.
Brookdale's offense is getting a little stagnant, relying a lot on Mason Jones to make something happen.
It's taken away by Jones, ahead of the field. Throws it down with 2 hands.
Mason Jones.
And we're tied up at 68.
Yeah, able to poke the ball away. Kerry Kirkwood got it to him right away. And the 2-handed dunk finish at the other end.
Here's Rawls over to Turner. Over to Anthony Florence.
Brookdale's really overloading the side defensively. They could get beat with a skip pass here.
Brian Morrill inside, and Morrill's nice nifty move on Salva.
And that also could happen. Brookdale having to scramble back allows Morrill to get inside. And a nice finish, very nice finish, but Brookdale scrambling for him. They're really overloading the side defensively.
McManaman down low to Salva. Double team. Salva going to keep it himself. Contact and everything, no call. Salva with the rebound. Wanted a foul, did not get it. And we're going to get a technical foul on McManaman.
Yeah, McManaman was looking for a foul early. In that situation, a very good individual effort by McManaman. However, I would have liked to see, who did get the technical foul there?
Well, now they're discussing it. I thought it was originally on McManaman, and it is going to be on McManaman.
Yeah, I'm surprised. It looked like Silva was the one who was getting fouled at the other end. McManaman, that is, when he passed it and the double team comes to Silva, he has got to cut to the hoop.
I would have to agree a little bit on McManaman that there was a lot of contact, not once but twice down low, because Salva got his own rebound.
Yeah, I would.
I'm not sure about that one.
You don't condone a technical foul at any time, especially in a close game. But I mean, Silva was the one who it appeared was getting the hit.
And there was a lot of contact down low. Officials saw it differently, and that's a costly 2 extra points and a foul credited to McManaman.
And Coach Chizek is letting the official hear it now.
Yeah, I mean, he's not happy because there was a lot of contact down low. Now, on the other side of the floor, there has also been contact. So the question is, where is the line drawn? And I think that's what Coach Chizek is more upset about.
Yeah, it goes both ways in that situation. The play's heading down the court. I would have just let it go. I don't know if he said the magic word that is, but...
Well, we're not sure what he said,
yeah,
and if he said it, I'm not going to repeat what he said. Ball being swung around quickly. Turner pops one from the corner. Rebound Martin. Martin over to Morrill. No good.
And
but Turner comes away with the rebound.
Brookdale struggling to rebound in the zone, and Coach Chizek's seen enough. He's going to take the risk and put Jordan Little back in the game.
Turner guarded by McManaman. Cross-court dangerous pass to Morrill. Back to Turner for 3. Short. Turner gets his own rebound. And Passaic sets up once again with a fresh 30.
Well, the last one was a bad shot, hit the front of a rim. You get a bit of a bouncing ball. A lot of times defenses are inspecting poor shots like that.
Florence from the right arc, no good. Finally, Brookdale comes up with a rebound. They got numbers. Mason Jones. The pure speed was too much. Salva there, no call. Coach Chizek is livid. He wanted a call down there as Salva got knocked around. Came up with the rebound. Jones now over to Salva. Double teamed. Brookdale going to try to set up for a shot, and now we're going to get an offensive foul on McManaman.
No, 3 seconds.
Or no, 3
there.
seconds. Sorry,
I
Rich.
didn't see that one.
Wow.
Brookdale is doing a poor job with spacing on the offensive end, and it's allowing the Passaic defenders to easily converge and bring double and even a triple team we saw there. on simple passes because the Brookdale players are so close together.
There is a lot of contact on both sides. The officials are definitely letting them play, but I think it's starting to boil over, especially for Coach Chizak. He's ready to explode on the sidelines.
Yeah, and he's got Jordan Little back in the game.
And
he just
Little going to get another foul.
So good job. We discussed it earlier. Coach Virgil went right to Sanders Green there. I believe that just fouled out Jordan Little. It did.
Yep, now Little is gone. And that's a big blow because he's the big guy downstairs from Jersey City. Going to foul out of this game. Did not have as a productive of a game as he did last time against Garrett College.
Yeah, never really got into the flow of this one. Foul trouble will do that. Certainly, Passaic identified him in the game plan and kept him off balance all game. It looks like Coach Chizik's going to replace him with, not with size here, or unless that's Trimble coming in. I saw as well Cox get off the bench, so brings in Aaron Trimble, who's 6 inches shorter.
So Little heads to the bench. And Sanders Green will try to knock down a couple of free throws. Panthers up by 2 with 3 minutes remaining here in the second half. Can't get the first one to go, and now Kurtwood for Brookdale will come out. Cox will come in. Turner comes out for the Panthers, and in comes John Bejar. Green knocks down the second foul shot. That gives Passaic a 3-point lead with 3 minutes left here in the second half.
Yeah, a lot on Mason Jones here. He's still got to be patient, though, and not look to do everything himself.
Jones tried to dump it down low for Salve. It's taken away by Green. Green up court to Florence, and Florence couldn't handle it.
Yeah, turnovers on both ends. Passaic looking to push the ball. Probably would have been more beneficial to take their time on that one with the 3-point lead under 3 minutes left. Mason Jones made a nice crossover dribble, had the man underneath when the defense rotated, just couldn't complete the pass.
Jones now. Down low to Salva, double teamed again. Salva goes up strong. Can't get the layup to go underneath. Contact down low, no call. And here comes Morrill away with the basket.
Yeah, and Passaic wisely slowing it up here.
And Bejar is going to get fouled on the baseline, I believe, by Cox. And that's going to send now, yeah, that's going to be Cox's second foul. He's not happy about that. More disappointed in himself than anything else.
We talked about Brookdale at the beginning of the game. No game this season have they given up, or have they scored less than 75 points. Certainly here they're going to have to get their offense rolling. Down now 4 and potentially 5 with just over 2 minutes left.
So Bejar misses the first foul shot. Passaic, though, very slowly starting to stretch out a little bit of a lead. He misses both of them. But Brookdale's going to have to start putting some points on the board if they want to have a shot at this, because it's going to come down to fouling in the end.
Yeah, certainly. Still enough time, but got to get something rolling.
Cox goes inside, and we're going to get a foul, I believe, before the shot. It'll be interesting to see who this is on. I think that they're going to call it on Florence. And yes, they will call it on Anthony Florence. That's his second foul. And that'll give Brookdale the opportunity to try to put some points on the boards with the clock stopped with a 1-and-1.
I'm not sure if they called that a shooting. I didn't see anyone boxing out on either team, so it certainly looked like the foul was on the floor and in the 1-and-1.
Yeah, I think the scorer's table is a little bit off. I think there might be more fouls for Passaic as the ball was tipped around and they The Jersey Blues could not capitalize on that.
Yeah, Brookdale should have brought that ball down and reset. We're trying to tip it in and get the easy point.
So Bejar now with the basketball gets it over to Morrill. Morrill back over to Bejar. Now swinging the ball around is Passaic.
Yeah, Brookdale again really overloading on defense.
Shot clock down to 3. Ball is tipped around, and Trimble comes up with it. They're going to call it a shot clock violation as Mason Jones went down hard to the floor holding his right knee.
A little discussion on whether the ball hit the rim here or not. Nice job by Dylan Silva, who was underneath one-on-one with Sanders Green, held his own and prevented the points from getting on the board.
Yeah, Salva has definitely been fighting all night long underneath there and has had a lot of contact on go his way.
Yeah, and certainly without Jordan Little, he becomes the main man underneath.
So under a minute and a half left. Sky Harris with 4 fouls dumps it over to Salva, who lays it in.
Yeah, nice baseline penetration. When the defense rotates, get it to the big man underneath. Nice job.
1 point game, 74-73. We approach a minute left here in the second. Florence over to Bejar. Now over to Morrill. Morrill gets bumped. Ball swung around the Florence for 3. No good. Taken down by Cox. Cox. Gonna keep it himself, goes inside. No good on the layup. And the ball goes out of bounds off of Brookdale.
Yeah, 37.6 seconds left. Let's see how Coach Chizak's going to play this. If he's going to let it play out and get the ball with 7.6 seconds left and a chance to then come down, or if he's going to play the foul game here. Regardless, if he fouls and they make both free throws, it's still a one-possession game. 7.6 is really right on the cusp there of how much differential you want to try to come back down the other end of the court to get a hoop.
Now I got to ask you, Rich, as a former basketball player, we both are, but I'm going to ask you, in a situation like that, would it have been better for Cox to pull up and try to set up a play, or do you like his aggressiveness and keeping it himself and going inside?
It looked like he did want to set up a play at first. I think he might have saw a bit of an opening, and that's when he went for it. I mean, obviously, hindsight is always 20/20 in that situation. But I think he just saw a quick opening, didn't hesitate, and went for it. You'd rather see that, you know, whatever the decision's going to be, make it no hesitation, and he decided to go for it. It was just a good defensive play. I would have liked to see him run down the court at first. It seemed like he pulled out as he got down to the end. At that point, when he pulls out, I would have gone and just tried to set up a play. But I would have liked to see the aggressiveness from the start going right down the court. But very interesting. I would expect to see Kerry Kirkwood in the game here. They're going to try to pressure the ball in the backcourt. And if you are playing the foul game, if you are going to decide to play the foul game with 37.6 seconds left, don't foul immediately. Try to trap. Try to get a 10-second count in the backcourt.
Should they play the foul game? I mean, do they have a choice?
I don't know.
It's tight right now.
I would certainly pressure. I would foul if they're trying to cross the midcourt. See, I would not have let them cross half court that easily.
Brookdale giving up a lot of time. Shot clock down to 20.
Now you have to play it straight up. You can't foul. You've let too much time go.
They've made their bed. They have to sleep in it at this point.
Mason Jones doing a good job of pressuring the ball.
Bejar double team. Ball taken away. Jones ahead of the field. Lays it up. No good.
Now you have to foul.
Ball ahead to Bejar. Nobody back on defense for Brookdale. He lays it in with 4.2 seconds left. Inbound pass to Sky Harris. Harris has the ball swatted away out of bounds with 2.6 remaining.
That may be beneficial for Brookdale here. It allows Coach Chizak to set up a play off of the timeout. You see Mason Jones hanging his head. It was a tough layup miss. He's got to put it behind him. They're probably going to look for him for a three. But now you have a chance in the half court. 2.6 seconds left is plenty of time to get a shot here. See what Coach Chizak can draw up.
What a turn of events. 2.6 seconds left. Yeah, actually, you're right, Rich. That out-of-bounds play may have actually helped them more than hurt them, because now they have an opportunity to talk it over and draw up a play. They obviously have to go for 3, right?
Yeah, you don't have enough time to play the foul game. We'll see if Passaic wants to foul to eliminate any opportunity for Brookdale to shoot the 3. With 2.6 seconds left, though, you might not have, as strange as it sounds, you might not have enough time on defense to do that, because Brookdale is probably going to be looking to catch and immediately shoot. If you try to foul, you certainly do not want to foul a guy in the act of shooting a 3 and let him earn it at the line. I'd like to see what Coach Chiswick draws up here. I'm expecting a couple down screens using the big bodies of Dylan Silva and possibly even Sky Harris in the game. You don't have Jordan Little, so Sky Harris, one of the bigger players, as well as Dylan Silva. See them setting a down screen, have Mason Jones coming up, and possibly, as well as Mason Jones coming up, a player darting maybe to the corner. I like McManaman, who's been a good shooter as well. So we'll see that.
So on this extended timeout, we'll have to see what Brookdale draws up.
And Brookdale, both teams still have 2 timeouts left. Yeah, it looks like Brookdale is taking another timeout.
Going to use another timeout, yep.
So they're going to use their time. And as well, Passaic has 2 timeouts left. So if they see something they don't like, they can take it. Now, if Brookdale can't get it in, 1 timeout left, you take it to avoid the 5-second count here.
So when this game wraps up, we will look forward to the next game that the Jersey Blues will have. Both the men and the women will be in action on Thursday, just a couple days from now, this Thursday, taking on the women's and men's teams of the County College of Morris. Those games will be this Thursday again. The women will be at 5 p.m. Eastern Time and the men at 7, right here on Brookdale Television, streaming live on our YouTube channel. And those are the faces of a very nervous couple of fans that have decided to hang out here at the Collins Arena. Again, attendance is free if you want to come out to any one of our games. You can check on the website at brookdaleathletics.com to see which games will be held at home. All the home games you can come in and see for free and sit anywhere you like. It's definitely a great experience and something that is very enjoyable. So come out and enjoy. So 2.6 seconds left here in the second half.
Yeah, Coach Chiswick's put a lot of size in with Trimble at 6'3". He's got Silva in at 6'6". As well as Sky Harris at 6'4". Now Mason Jones is inbounding. Let's see if they try to get it back to him quickly for an open 3.
Sky Harris for 3.
Yeah, got exactly what you needed.
And we are going to overtime. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Coach Chiswick just wanted to have Mason Jones inbounding the ball instead of someone else. But exactly the play I suspected. A down screen, freed up Sky Harris nicely, and hey, the bank is open late. Still counts as 3 points on the board nonetheless. Excellently drawn up play by Coach Chiswick there. Used the down screen, had a little misdirection coming underneath as well.
And that was not a perfect shot. It was banked off of the glass and it went in from the top of the arc.
Yeah, don't let anyone ever tell you that it's easy to bank a shot in, especially from that distance.
No, it is not.
So
no.
it still
That's
takes
why
skill.
I said it, because it's not easy.
Yeah. Anyway, I mean, it looked obvious from here that he was trying to bank it in. I don't think that was pure luck. And if it is, it doesn't matter because you'll take it anyway. So we're heading to overtime here. Let's see how Passaic responds after that one. Tough way to give up a 3 in that situation.
Well, well, well. We have come to overtime. 5 minutes on the clock. Brookdale may be getting a little bit of new life here.
Yeah, let's see if Mason Jones, he was certainly kicking himself for missing that layup that would have given him the lead. Made a great pass right on Sky Harris's hands in that situation. And now he's got to get refocused. Again, this overtime will be without Jordan Little. So obviously a big void to be filled there, but see how these teams respond.
Salva controls the opening tip here in overtime. Jones goes right to the cup and lays it in.
Yeah, he looks reinvigorated after that one. He was down in the dumps after the missed layup. His teammate bailed him out, though.
Bejar now here with the ball, gets it over to Morrill. Morrill back over to Bejar, guarded by Cox in the corner. 14 on the shot clock. Bejar goes inside. Layup no good, rebound Cox. And we're going to get a foul on Bejar.
Mason Jones is pumped up. He did an excellent job of coming back there. Dylan Silva had to help out to block the shot. When Silva, the big man, leaves, he needs someone to help him out, get the rebound. Mason Jones didn't waste any time, got right back in there, and drew the foul as well. He was very strong after he got the rebound. You could certainly see a change in him since the game was tied up on that three.
So now Jones, again, both of these teams both in the double bonus. The fouls do not clear once we go to overtime. So Jones had an opportunity with a 1-and-1 shot.
Yeah, only Passaic is in the double bonus here, but missed free throws are big. Especially when you're in overtime, any one of the missed free throws in regulation would have tilted the balance either way.
Harris lost the ball, got it back. Salva goes hard to the rim, and he finally gets the foul that he's been looking for, and he will go to the line to shoot two. Yeah, you're right, Rich. I'm sorry. 8 fouls is not.
Yeah, one more now.
Now they're in the double bonus.
Certainly feel the bench for Brookdale was very invigorated, as well as the crowd here. But certainly you feel a new sense of life from Brookdale, and they've come out with a sense of purpose here in this overtime period.
You can hear a pin drop. Salva's first foul shot is good. Salva, of course, the freshman from New Brunswick, New Jersey, gets the second foul shot.
And it was going back to the end of regulation. It was interesting. Coach Chizak used 2 timeouts, made sure he wanted to get the play he wanted, and they ran it to perfection.
Morrill over to Rawls, and Rawls' layup is rolled around, goes in.
Yeah, that was good defense as well by Mason Jones, especially without fouling.
Cox lost control of that up ahead to Rawls, who throws it down with one hand.
It's a dangerous pass there. Brookdale got bailed out with a foul. I'm sorry, Tim.
No, that's okay.
It was certainly a dangerous pass in that situation, though.
I was about to say the same thing. Why do you throw such a dangerous inbound pass all the way from half court?
Yeah, it looked like Mason Jones got a little frustrated again. Got to control his emotions a bit better, but we'll see what happens. It's only a 2-point game, still plenty of time left.
Cox rims out in the first one. Passaic up by 2, 82-80. Terrell Cox doesn't make that foul shot. Salva, though, there with the rebound. And he'll get another opportunity at the basket.
Silva's certainly taking the challenge on with Jordan Little out of the game. We discussed it in the first game. Here, the same thing applies. You can't have an offensive rebound on a missed free throw. And Coach Virgil cannot be happy about that one. See if Brookdale can capitalize at the line here.
Salva makes the first foul shot. So Salva will try to tie this up at 82. Back iron, no good. .320 left in this one.
Looks like Brookdale going back to the man-to-man here.
Bejar guarded by Cox. Over to Rawls. Rawls has his pocket picked by Cox. Now here's Mason Jones. Lays it in.
Good job by Mason Jones running the floor and making sure he finished this time.
Bejar now trying to get something going for Passaic. Inside to Kieri Martin, and Martin will lay it in.
Very interesting there. Bejar came down the line. I would have called a moving screen in that situation. It kind of took Dylan Silva out of the play. He was not able to rotate.
Here's Morrill inside. Nifty move, can't get the bucket to go. Tip-in does not go. Salva comes away with the rebound. Jones goes right over Martin, and we're going to get a blocking call called. I thought Jones may have gotten away with a left arm shove as he kind of leaned into Martin.
Yeah, good aggressive move by Mason Jones there, taking it right to the rim. Saw the defense was back on his heels. Again, missed free throws, make or miss at the line.
And now with that foul for Kieri Martin, that's his 5th foul, he is gone. And Mason Jones now to try to tie this up at 84. And off the front rim, no good. Jones' 2nd foul shot rolls in.
Yeah, you could see a much better form there, was moving forward with his shot. And that's why, even though it was short, it still bounced off the front rim and went in. And when it's online, that's what you need to be.
Tyree Frazier into the game for Passaic. Frazier has the ball taken away by Harris. Harris to Jones. Yes.
Yeah, Brookdale got away with it there. I thought Sky Harris gave up the ball too soon as he had a free path to the bucket, but Mason Jones bailed him out there.
Brookdale leads by 2. Bejar fouled by Cox down low.
Yeah.
Right on the baseline.
I've liked the adjustment back to the man-to-man defense for Brookdale here. They're forcing turnovers as well. We saw that at the beginning of the second half. They did so. I think the zone defense allowed for open shots for Passaic, but it looks like Coach Chiswick's going with it the rest of the way. He likes the man-to-man here.
Bejar with a lot of noise. This crowd has really come alive the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, Bejar ice cold. We'll see if he can make the second one. Doesn't look like the noise is too much of a factor for him.
Bejar rattles it home, and we're tied up at 86. I don't know, with the way this is going, we might be here for a long time tonight.
Yeah, we'll have to see how it ends.
Jones for 3. And now with under 90 seconds left.
Coach Chiswick wanted some offense run there. He is not happy with Mason Jones on that one. He likes that shot, but sometimes you gotta, discretion is the better part of valor.
It was very early in the shot clock too, Rich.
Yep.
Here's Bejar. Doesn't like what he sees. 5 on the shot clock. I don't think he realizes it. Now forces up a shot short. Under a minute left. Inside to Harris, lays it in.
Nice job running the 4. Mason joins up to Trimble. Trimble with a quick bounce pass to Sky Harris, who finished nicely.
Brookdale leads by 2, under 40 seconds now. And we're gonna get a foul underneath. Oh my gosh, an offensive foul on Brian Morrill as he pushed off on Trimble.
Yeah, certainly looked like a bit of the chicken wing. And now the same discussion we were having at the end of the regulation, almost the same amount of time, 7.8 as opposed to 7.6. We'll see how Coach Virgil wants to play this, whether he wants to foul or he's going to play it out. Brookdale chose to play it out, and now it's Coach Virgil's time to show how he plays for it.
Well, we'll have to see how it all plays out. Again, we don't have much time left, under a minute left, 37.8 seconds. If you're just joining us, at the end of regulation, with 7.6 seconds left, Brookdale had an opportunity to tie it up. They were down by 3. The ball was tipped out of bounds with 2.6 seconds left. And then on a wild inbound pass, Sky Harris was the one who got that long three, banked it in.
Yeah.
Now, as you said, Rich, the roles are reversed. A little bit more time on the clock, but still, now Passaic is in a situation where they will either have to get a bucket on this drive or play the foul game.
Yes, and certainly we discussed it at the end of regulation when the ball did go out of bounds with 2.6 seconds left, how that was actually beneficial to Brookdale. They were able to set up the play they wanted. Coach Chizek used 2 timeouts. Now he's out of them because he did use that additional one there. He does have the lead, though, but he used the 2 timeouts and got the play he wanted to tie the game. And certainly Brookdale has come out very feisty as well. Passaic has also played very well in this overtime. It's been obviously a well-played game. That's why we're at 2 points in overtime.
So Passaic's going to inbound from down at the other end. Or no, I'm sorry, Brookdale will inbound. And Sky Harris is being instructed by the official what he can and cannot do.
No timeouts.
And now he's going to call timeout. Interesting.
I thought Brookdale was out of timeouts. Unless we just didn't reset the scoreboard.
Possibly. The scoreboard here at the Cons Arena says that Brookdale doesn't have any more timeouts, and ordinarily that would have been a technical foul if they were out of timeouts, but I guess they must be wrong.
Yeah, and it was at 1 timeout at the end of regulation. I would have to assume you get at least 1. You would have to have an additional one, and the refs don't seem to be saying anything, so.
That's probably what happened, Rich, yeah.
You'd like to see that corrected on the scoreboard, but we'll see what they draw up here in this one. It looks like that Kurtz Virgil and Passaic wants to pressure the ball. And as we just, the same situation obviously we had with Brookdale at the end of regulation, maybe not foul immediately. You do have 7.8 seconds left. I'm always under the impression is you just don't let them cross midcourt at all. You make them either get to 10 seconds or you foul them before they cross midcourt. But if you're going to use the foul anyway, that's only if you are going to use the foul game. Obviously, if you're not going to be wanting the foul, you play it out. But if you do plan on fouling, well, you just make sure they don't cross midcourt. You have certainly time to kill. The 10 seconds won't burn you. It was a 1-point game with Brookdale, though. Here it's a 2-point game, so 2 fouls would extend it to a 2-possession game at 4.
Oh, Cox threw it right to Bejar. And is that going to be a foul on Bejar for holding Harris underneath?
Yeah, that's a tough one. It looked like Bejar played that beautifully.
Wow, they are going to call a foul on Bejar. That's his 4th foul. And Bejar cannot believe it.
Yeah, I can't say I agree with that call.
Coach Virgil wants an explanation, as he and Bejar are both giving an earful to the referee. So on the other side of the court, that'll send Sky Harris, who has had a very nice game tonight, the freshman from Edison, New Jersey. Try to knock down a couple of foul shots, and he does. If he can make this foul shot, that puts them up by 2 possessions, Brookdale is, making it very tough for Passaic. Rims out. Timeout, Passaic. So now Passaic will talk about what they want to do on this offensive possession, which, Rich, if you're Passaic, you're down by 3, but I don't think you necessarily have to go for the 3, but you don't want to waste too much time,
no,
do you?
Certainly plenty of time, but if the clock starts running, then you might be forced to take the 3. We'll see if Brookdale wants to play for a foul to eliminate the possibility of the 3-point play, any 3-point shot. 35.6, I would say that's too soon to start doing that. But yeah, Passaic has plenty of time. You just want to get a quality shot here. Maybe something driving to the rim where you can draw a foul and a possible and 1. But no need to rush a 3.
So both of these teams have definitely had a lot of time to think about this, as we've had 3 timeouts within the last 15 seconds of play on the court. So Passaic will come out. This will be the lineup that they have. They'll come out on the floor with Tyree Frazier, Sanders Green, John Bejar, who's had a very interesting couple of minutes, Cortez Rawls, and James Turner. Whereas Brookdale will come out with Sky Harris, Terrell Cox, Aaron Tremble, Mason Jones, and Dylan Salva. That'll be your floor of 10 players. 35 seconds left. Here we go. Brookdale not going to choose to pressure or foul, it looks like. Bejar going inside, and we're going to get a foul on Cox.
Yeah, only took just about 10 seconds left. They did get the foul call, and he possibly gotten it up on the rim. Could have gotten the M1, but now imperative he makes these free throws.
That's Cox's 4th foul. And now Bejar cannot hit the first foul shot.
Wonder if he'll intentionally try to miss this to get the ball back. I think with 26 seconds left, you make the foul shot, and then you're in the same position you just were, down 2 with Brookdale having the ball.
Makes the second one. Now, will Passaic foul? Yes, they will right away. So they'll send Mason Jones to the line.
I would have said a little too soon with that foul, possibly trap Mason Jones, force him to make a pass. You had a lot of time on the clock. And a lot of times when the guy catches such as Mason Jones in this situation, they're expecting an immediate foul. They might not go right into making the pass looking for an open guy because they're just expecting to immediately get hit. They're looking to protect the ball.
Right.
You might have a potential to kill a few seconds off the 10-second count in that regard. So it's always tough. You say foul, but don't always want to do it right away.
So Mason Jones will get that first foul shot to go. And if he can make this, that puts Passaic in a very difficult situation, down by down by 2 possessions.
Yeah, good stroke on both of those from Mason Jones, and he buried them.
And Florence going to use Passaic's last timeout. With 21 seconds exactly left. And if you're Passaic, Rich, what do you really dial up in this situation? You're down by 2 scores.
Yeah, there's still enough time. It's got to be a quick score, obviously. Brookdale has shown that they'll miss free throws tonight. So if you're able to get a 2 here, or possibly a quick 3 off penetration, something like that, but still, even with a 2, you certainly can feel confident that Brookdale might potentially miss a free throw on the other end to keep it at a 1-possession game. We'll see what they want to do if they do score immediately off of the inbound, if they want to try with a trap or if they're going to foul immediately. A lot will depend on how much time this play takes. You want to score in about 7-8 seconds here to really give yourself a realistic chance. But first things first, you got to score the basket on this end.
So Passaic is going to inbound in front of their own bench. Here we go. Florence with a quick 3, blocked by Jones, out of bounds. And he hits the opposing bench hard, knocks down a couple of chairs.
Wow.
And he's not even going to fix that.
Spectacular play by Mason Jones. Brookdale almost committed the cardinal sin, leaving the inbounder wide open off that shot as Passaic tried to go with a quick give and go there.
Green inside hard. Doesn't get the layup to go. Jones is grabbed for the foul by Turner. And I would say that Jones can pretty much put this game out of reach if he can make these 2 foul shots with just 12.6 seconds left. Brookdale not even going to line up on the baseline as they'll put all their players to the back. No need to risk a foul. And Jones misses the second one. Up by 5. Turner with a quick 3. No good. Out of bounds with 4.5 seconds left, and I think that's just going to about do it.
McMiniman has checked in for Brookdale.
So Dylan Salva is going to go to the bench, or no. Mason Jones now will go to the bench.
They're looking to get some free throw shooting in, but Passaic's not even going to bother.
And that's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. An incredible game. 92-87, the final score in overtime. As Brookdale is going to improve to 5-1 overall, and Passaic could have dropped to 4-7 in overtime. So, Rich, this is quite a game. We went into overtime.
Yeah.
It looked like Brookdale was not going to be able to claw their way out of that one. They did. They come into overtime with a lot of energy, and in the end, they win by 5 points over Passaic.
Yeah, very exciting game, obviously both ways. Going back to the end of regulation, we discussed Coach Chiswick went with a hard down screen with two guys, freed up Sky Harris. Instead, he had Mason Jones inbounding instead of having Mason Jones shooting. Very nice play, made sure he took his time with it. In overtime, we like that they went back to the man-to-man that forced a lot of turnovers, and that really got them starting off in overtime and didn't allow Passaic to get those open threes that had helped them in the second half. So that was a good way to start overtime, and they carried the momentum from that Sky Harris shot to move forward in overtime nicely.
And just an interesting note to point out, this is the second game in a row that the Brookdale men's team has scored over 90 points in a game. They scored 93 against Garrett last Tuesday. They scored 92 tonight in overtime to get the win. Again, Brookdale improves to 5-1 overall. Passaic County falls to 4-7. Our next game here on Brookdale Television is going to be on Thursday, another doubleheader game when the women and the men for the Brookdale Jersey Blues come back in to play the County College of Morris. Coverage for each of those games starts at 5 p.m. Eastern Time here on Brookdale Television. Until then, for our entire BTV crew, Rich Van Tassel, I'm Tim Catalfamos. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Once again, final score, Brookdale men win in overtime, 92-87 over the Passaic